Hello there everybody, and welcome back once again to Season 2 of my F123 My Team Career Mode campaign. This is the second race of the season. We are at Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and we are gearing up. If you haven't seen the first one yet, I urge you to go back and check that one out. Before you check this out, this is your last chance to do so before spoilers. Right, Q1. And we have been put out right behind Verstappen, so I'm trying to back out and get some space for my lap. But Max is also backing out for whatever reason. I'm trying to let Perez through. Perez will not go through. Norris has nearly smashed into him. I'm still trying to back out so Perez passes. I'm trying to get out of everybody else's way. And Perez has just smashed into me now. And I've got Logan Sargent going past me. All this while I'm trying to find space to do my lap. Sargent now gets out of the way. And Perez's damage will turn out to be too much that he is unable to continue through Q1, but he'll be able to take part in Q2. There you have it. Perez is out of this session, but he'll be in Q2. I just can't believe what happened. And then Magnussen's trying to get out of the way, and then he comes back and then drives himself into the wall. So what is going on with the AI traffic in this qualifying? But now we've got a lap underway. We're trying to get out of Q1. No thanks to the help of the AI. I'm really not sure through all of that what happened. And then when I went past Magnussen, again, you know, he turned into the wall, took damage and hit me on the exit. But it is what it is, and we've now got a first lap on the board, and that lap is good enough for P7, so that should carry us through into Q2 quite nicely, and indeed, it just about does. I think we probably should have been a little bit safer there, done a second lap to err on the side of caution, but half a second is the gap, and it's actually Dennis Alger, our teammate in P17. So we're running in Q2 now as darkness descends here in Jeddah, and we've tapped the wall a little bit there. We've taken the Verstappen exit of the corner, but what have we got here? Is this going to be good enough to get into Q3? Yes, it is, but again, it's only P10, so I decided to save a set of soft tyres for the race and not do a run in Q3 because I don't think I could have got any higher than where I was. So we've decided to save that set of tyres and leave it for the race and start the grid. Start the race in P10.
Good morning, good afternoon, or for us, good evening, as we're under the night lights of Jeddah. The floodlights are on and so is the pressure here at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's take a look at the topographical map of the Jeddah Street Circuit. As you can see, a number of challenging corners for the drivers to master here. We'll see just how much the teams have benefited from their time spent in practice this weekend. And like many street circuits, this track has the potential to punish drivers that get it wrong. Let's hope we avoid any safety cars today. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Perez, Fernando Alonso, Verstappen, Norris, Russell, Stroll, Ocon, Sparkles, Bottas, Gasly, De Vries, Albon, Joe, Tsunoda, Halger, Liam Lawson, Sargent, Oscar Piastri, Magnussen, and Nico Hülkenberg rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event.
And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race.
Let's discuss Red Bull. There have been some tweaks to the power unit regulations, of course, and I have to say it doesn't seem, so far at least, that they've been able to keep up.
There are a few downcast looks within the team this weekend. I think they've been hit fairly hard by the new regs. But this is only the first step down a long road of development. And even if they don't maximise their points today, there are plenty more up for grabs this season.
Here we go then, it's the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix and it is about to get underway right now. We are racing here in Jeddah. Sainz gets a good start. Leclerc trying to get through, no way through there. As it looks like Alonso and Perez are battling over third, so Perez made it through qualifying and did manage to get a decent grid start. Perez in P4, Alonso keeping P3 in the Aston Martin. That's a great start for the Bahrain race winner. He'll be hoping to do the double here and make it 2 in a row. Right, back to our POV. P10 ahead of us is Stroll on Ocon. It's lights out and away we go. We've made a pretty good start there. Stroll hasn't really got away. Neither has Russell, and we're going to brake very late into turn 1. And we are just about able to take Max Verstappen in the Red Bull for P5. So that's an extraordinary start by us to gain 5 positions, and Verstappen making his feelings clear that he's not too happy about that, and he is going to want P5 back, and he's going to want it back right now. So I'm going defensive to the inside here, but look how much speed Verstappen's got. Not as much as I would have thought, actually. I thought he'd draw alongside a bit more, but he's trying to sweep round the outside. No way through there, nothing in doing in that, and now he's got Lando Norris to deal with as Charles Leclerc has dropped a place. We're going to see what happened there shortly. But the fastest lap going to Sainz, who was leading the way, but he's now no longer leading the way, as it all seems to be descending into a massive battle. Let's see how that unfolded. Leclerc then trying to go around the outside, trying to take the lead at the final corner of the first lap. Perez is tucked in right behind Alonso, who himself is waiting for this to go wrong. Leclerc not able to make anything of it. Leclerc now down to second place as Alonso going after Carlos Sainz, going for the lead. They're 3 wide into turn 1. Who's going to keep it? Still 3 wide as they exit. Alonso looks like he has the advantage. Sainz has been pushed back, and Fernando Alonso leading the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix, with Sergio Perez taking P3 away from Charles Leclerc. And now here we have Leclerc fighting, Sainz, fighting Alonso for P1. Carlos Sainz going after the lead, taking it back. Sergio Perez tucking it behind Fernando Alonso. So Perez is going to get ready to attack him. Meanwhile, back with us, we've got Verstappen and Norris to worry about. Verstappen still right there, and this time round he's going to have DRS, so he should get by us quite easily. We did try to defend, but through he goes, and now I'm thinking, okay, I've now got DRS for the next straight. I'm going to use that, and that is exactly what I've done. I've not fought Verstappen too hard, because I'm going to try and repass him here. Sainz taking another fastest lap. Here we come. Verstappen goes to cover, but we're going to sweep round the outside and retake P5. So it's a good start for us in Jeddah, but we've got a lot of defending to do if we want to hold places. I want to try and finish in the points here. We were very much cost a points finish in Bahrain due to the error of our pit wall. And meanwhile, we're riding on board with Charles Leclerc as Perez and Alonso are having a battle. And Leclerc's in the wall! Charles Leclerc has hit the wall. That is going to be front wing damage for sure. And as you can see, Leclerc limping round the corner. That is going to be a pit stop for him. Meanwhile, Verstappen and Norris are making their intentions very clear on me, as they are both tucked up behind each other, attacking me now. Max is having a look to the outside. Max has got the outside. Max has gone through. Norris going through as well. Norris trying to do 2 in 1 down the inside here. Verstappen on the outside. I've been tagged by Stroll, which has cost me momentum, so I was going to try and tuck in and re-attack, but Lance Stroll tagging me and costing me momentum. I'm now side by side with Stroll, and George Russell's having a look up the inside of the pair of us. I'm going to the outside. Stroll's hit me again and pushed me off the circuit, and I see both the Mercedes off. No, I don't, because George Russell is staying on my left. I'm going to try and go round the outside. I've gone round the outside, but I've tagged the wall, gone a little bit deep, but we've still got the place, and Stroll and Russell are fighting amongst themselves for P7. I move up into P6, courtesy of Charles Leclerc, pitching in for a new front wing, and that is not the circuit, Joe. Do track limits mean anything to you? Honestly. But thanks to Stroll and his shenanigans, I have now lost the place to Verstappen and Norris, who are racing each other, and now we're seeing Sergio Perez going after Fernando Alonso and taking the lead off him. So Sainz has lost the lead unseen by us, and Alonso was holding it, but now it's Sergio Perez, with Carlos Sainz having a look at P2, but I don't think he's quite got the momentum to get through there. Sainz having to just back out for now and wait for his moment. Sainz, P3, Verstappen, P4, then it's Norris, myself, Russell and De Vries up in 8th. Meanwhile, here's George Russell having a look there. That's not a place to have a look. And Russell having another look. I'm just going to let that go, because if I fight him into this corner, that's going to be a nasty shunt waiting to happen. So Russell, I let go, but now I've got Nick De Vries coming straight at me, and he's bringing Pierre Gasly along for the party. I'm just holding everybody up here, and now I'm starting to struggle on my soft tyres as Nick De Vries gains a place, but I'm staying side by side with the Dutch driver, and we're going side by side down the straight, going wheel to wheel. I'm only allowing De Vries the width of a car as space, but you know what? De Vries using that room brilliantly, and then he sweeps round the outside of me. I have just been schooled by Nick De Vries. So that doesn't feel too great. Anyway, De Vries is now tucked up behind an ailing Lando Norris, who I heard in my ear on team radio has got a problem, so he's nursing a problem. De Vries is on his outside. I'm trying to find a way through on the inside, and now I'm thinking, can I take them both with a nice dose of double slipstream? Norris has been passed, and in fact both cars are going to the left. I'm going to try and sweep round the outside with a bit of late braking. De Vries so far holding it, but now I've got the inside again. De Vries once again holding position, and I've got to regroup and try and find a way past the Aston Martin. But firstly, I am making my pit stop onto the medium tyres, which will go to the end of the race. The strategy worked in Las Vegas, but it's not really working here in the second race of the season. We've got Pierre Gasly then ahead of me, so he's been able to gain a place in the pits, but I want to retake that place as soon as I can. Gasly going defensive, but we were able to retake him round the outside, and that is the place taken back from the French Alpine driver, and Gasly just having to bide his time a little bit more. Lap 12, Gasly approaching me again. Is he going to be able to find a way through round the left-hander? He's also bringing the McLaren of Magnussen with him. Magnussen trying to impress Zach Brown at the McLaren team. And look at this, I'm sandwiched as they both go through. Can I get past them both? I was able to do it with De Vries and Norris. Well, I wasn't able to get past De Vries, but I want to get past Gasly. Magnussen going for Gasly, and guess what? I'm going to stick my car down the inside, and I'm going to try and get both of them down the inside, braking as late as I dare. Magnussen trying to hold out. Norris just coming out of the pits, and I go between the pair of them. Thank you very much, and I just about retake Lando Norris, who nearly had a cheeky little overcut on me there. And we've now got Valtteri Bottas and Alex Albon, who pitted a few laps earlier than me, and as a result they've both been able to undercut me. So Bottas and Albon genuinely in those positions at this point in time, as Lando Norris overtakes me, and you know what, Kevin Magnussen overtakes me too. I'm getting overtaken by both McLarens here as I go around the outside, trying to stick it out around the outside of Magnussen, and I just about hold on to the position. And now I'm trying to get back after Lando Norris, but I don't think I'm going to get close enough. This is going to be a very bold dive down the inside. Norris sees it coming. Norris trying to hold the position. Norris still there. We now use the overtake button to try and get past Lando Norris down the inside of the left-hander here. And we do it. We retake Lando Norris there in what's become a very unusual but new popular overtaking space for me. I'm struggling a little bit with this first sector, especially as they've raised a couple of the curbs in this season's game, so it's making that sector of the track in particular a little bit more difficult to handle, as once again both McLarens are swarming my gearbox. Norris is going through. I'm trying to defend Magnussen. I'm braking, and Magnussen has gone into me. Magnussen goes into me, so that's going to be him needing a new front wing. That's unfortunate. And now Gasly is going to be coming at me. But I'm retaking Lando Norris right here, right now, down the inside. And he tries to hold out. There's a little bit of wheel banging here, but I'm going to go around the outside. And we have got the position back on Lando Norris. So moving up back into P10 for that 1 point. Now Pierre Gasly is coming at me. He's going to go down the outside. Didn't see what happened to Lando Norris, so I think Norris has made a mistake unseen by us, which has cost him his front wing, and he's had to pit as well. And we've now got myself and Gasly going side by side. Gasly's tagged me. I've now gone across the escape area there because Gasly tagged me. And I'm going to try and dive down the inside here, but I've oversteered. I've gone into Gasly. He goes to recover, and he recovers into the path of Zhou Guanyu. And I think that was my fault for forcing him wide, but Zhou Guanyu just not reacting to that incident very well at all. And he piles straight into Gasly. And that is Zhou Guanyu out. Right, safety car coming in. First two drivers I'm attacking, you better believe it, are Albon and Bottas down the inside. Can I get De Vries too? No is the answer. I have to stay behind De Vries. And Bottas giving me a nudge there, so I don't know if he's going to have damage as well. Oh my gosh, it's all chaos here in Jeddah as I now try to catch up with Nick De Vries. George Russell is ahead of him, and Fernando Alonso, I hear, is ailing as well. So Alonso not at his best pace at all as I try and keep up with the front six and try and increase my points take. But there is Russell and Alonso. They're having their battle now. Russell down the inside. They're side by side. De Vries is right there. And I'm wondering, is this going to go wrong? Russell's got past Alonso. Now De Vries has got past Alonso. Can I follow these two through? De Vries staying right, but he's going to squeeze me if I try and put my car there. So no way through on De Vries there as I get past Alonso. But now I'm trying to go past De Vries. I have got past De Vries. But De Vries finding extra speed on the straight where I'm not in the slipstream, where my overtake is running low. I'm braking a little bit early, bangs wheels, I've gone wide, I've lit the wheels up, and I've gone into Alonso as I've lit my rear wheels up. And that's going to be Alonso needing a new front wing as I try and go around the outside of De Vries. We just about get the car stopped, but Alonso is going to be raging at me for that. Meanwhile, we're watching Liam Lawson now moving up as Fernando Alonso is holding this pack up of Bottas and Albon. And here is Liam Lawson making his way past. He's now side by side with Logan Sargent. And is he going to get the place done? I think Lawson is. Sargent will have to back out of that. And he's got it done. Alonso holding these cars up though as they start to group together. Look at this gaggle of cars. Oscar Piastri now trying to find a way past his teammate Yuki Tsunoda. We're back on board with Lawson, who's trying to find a way through. Look how close these cars are. Are they all going to make it through? Somehow they do. And we've got Liam Lawson ahead of Logan Sargent. Oscar Piastri trying to make up positions as well as he goes round the outside of his teammate Yuki Tsunoda. Logan Sargent having another look at Liam Lawson, but that's not going to go through. And we've got Lawson moving up to 9th in the end. And we are going to have Oscar Piastri moving into 11th ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. So the AlphaTauri battle won out by Oscar Piastri and Logan Sargent just about in the points. We're now racing Nick De Vries, who's getting ready to have a look in the final corner. Look at the momentum he has. De Vries has gone through, and I've not made that hard for him because I'm planning to do my special, which is to open up the overtake, open up the DRS. He goes defensive. I'm going to try and go around the outside. Is this move going to work? Yes, it just about is. We are back into P5 here. And we are currently on for 10 points at this Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. But I've hit the inside wall, gone wide, and that's allowed Nick De Vries back through, who says, thank you very much. I will just have that back off you. cheers, bye-bye sunshine. So we are down to P6 after that, and we've got Bottas and Albon who are now closing in on us. But it looks like we're going to finish this race in P6 and try to catch up to De Vries for maybe a last gasp, last-minute attack, but it's not going to happen. There has been some questionable defence in this race of Gasly, obviously, which forced him wide and caused Zhou Guanyu to go into him. I can't hold all responsibility for that, though. Zhou Guanyu should have backed out of that one. And then, obviously, lighting my tyres up while fighting De Vries after the mistake and going into Alonso and costing him a front wing. I'm not going to be very popular with Aston Martin either, but it's the last lap. Valtteri Bottas is having a look at me, but he's going to have to stay back for now, as we're going to take a very, very desperate little lunge at Nick De Vries, but there was never going to be anything in doing in that. Here in Jeddah, it's going to be P6. We're going to get 8 points. Not sure they're deserved, but we're going to take them anyway. It's a good result for us, and it gets some points on the board. And there is a battle for 10th going on. Lawson has just got past Albon, but what's going on behind? Oscar Piastri is now racing Logan Sargent. This is going to be a drag race to the line, and Oscar Piastri just holding on to P10 and grabbing a World Championship point.
And that brings the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix to a close as we reflect on the team's impressive performance today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. And thanks to his performance today, Sergio Perez...
Well, we've certainly had many adventures, misadventures, and some questionable defending at times. But you know what? We still grab P6. It's a decent result for us. I do apologise for my part in all the incidents. But yeah, we've taken P6, and it's Sergio Perez that wins out in Jeddah with Max Verstappen second. It's a Red Bull 1-2. Normal order resume with Carlos Sainz getting third, Russell fourth, then it's De Vries in fifth. Another great race for Nick De Vries. I'm in sixth, then it's Bottas, Lawson, Albon and Piastri rounding out the top 10. And this puts us straight in 8th for the championship, as Sergio Perez is now the new leader of the championship, with Carlos Sainz equal to him, but Perez having a race win to his name, keeping him ahead of the championship on countback. Alonso's down to third, De Vries fourth in the standings. Then it's Russell, Verstappen, Magnussen, myself, Bottas and Gasly. Guys, what is that championship order? But Charles Leclerc in 2 races, no points for himself, so he's going to be very disappointed in that. Red Bull also take over the lead of the Constructors' Championship with Aston Martin in second. Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, but ourselves with Alfa, Alpine, Williams, Haas and AlphaTauri rounding out the order, and all 11 teams have scored. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and hit subscribe if you're new and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, TTFN, ta-ta for now, take care.